You're listening to Local Ruckus News on Rio Grande Valley Radio with Ranger Reese, your home for local news from
Socorro, down on the Rio. As the sun was riding high in that mid-November sky.
Welcome to Rio Grande Valley Radio online with Ranger Reese here. It is November 2nd, All Saints Day or All Souls Day here in the Rio Grande Valley of New Mexico. Yeah, that's where I am, New Mexico, the land of enchantment. And sometimes the enchantment just gets to you. It's so beautiful out there right now. We actually had some rain at the beginning of the week, and now we've got sunny skies yesterday and today, and a beautiful blue sky out there right now, and beautiful fall temperatures, and not so much of that wet, cold mud that we've been having that me and Doug Figgs on Wednesday nights. Western Music with Doug Figgs show talked about, and he had some really bone-chilling songs for that Halloween evening. Hope you had a terrific Halloween evening. We've seen a lot of great costumes on the web and a lot of fun that people had over Halloween, and I just hope you had a real special time, and not too many sweets, but just enough to get you through as we move into the holiday season now. It's upon us, and we got Thanksgiving coming up next, and then Christmas after that here. So, wow, 2018 is winding down. All right, some really quick news, some things that are breaking and that you need to be aware of. The New Mexico Secretary of State's office, Elections, Ethics, and Voter Complaint Forms. The New Mexico Office of the Secretary of State has received two election complaints, both by Edwina Hewitt of Mountain Air and Gary Jaramillo of Socorro. These are complaints for use of public funds in being employed as a judge at that time and doing things for private promotion for her election campaign. And we've reached out to Judge Murdoch, and we're reaching out to the Secretary of State to find more information about this. Again, these were filed. Edwina Hewitt's complaint was filed October 16th, and Gary Jaramillo's complaint was filed October 18th, and we think this is pretty relevant to the election. We put their complaint forms up on our website, riograndevalleyradio.com, under Local Ruckus. We'll put a web link to our Facebook so you can find that at that time and look that up for yourself and see what it stems from. Basically stems from, in simplified terms, it stems from her being on the clock as a judge and doing things as a judge under public funds, and then using images and things from those public activities for her election campaign, which is against different ethics and election ethics and laws. So they've posted some of that up there. We know that she has, since being notified of this, she's taken down those publications on Facebook. And it's really quite a challenging in the new generation as we challenge ourselves with Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, what's the right thing and wrong thing to do, and really complex issues. So again, just to let you know, Judge Murdoch right now, there's a couple complaints in with the Secretary of State that were filed on October 16th and October 18th regarding election ethic and financing issues. So you might check out our website on that. We'll be keeping you up to date as we get some feedback from Judge Murdoch, and we get some feedback from the Secretary of State about these complaints. We'll be following up on that if there's anything found to be valid in these complaints. So please take a look at that. We have the documents, the complaint documents, the public documents that are filed with the Secretary of State on our website, riograndevalleyradio.com, under Local Ruckus. So again, elections coming up. Again, early election closes November 3rd tomorrow. And so it's your chance to get down for early elections, and the polls will be closed then until November 6th when the final election takes place. Don't sit on the fence. Get off the fence and vote, and make votes that count on. Be an informed voter. Okay, next thing we want to let you know about is next week, the Save Our Bosque Task Force is going to be meeting Tuesday, November 6th at 9 a.m., and they're going to be meeting now at the Socorro Annex over at 198. Is it 198 O'Neill Hall? There it is. 198 Neal in Socorro, New Mexico. So if you're a member of the Friends of the Bosque and want to know about all the work going on to protect the bosque and preserve it for future generations, along with the Rio Grande Trail that's coming through, a lot of good efforts going there to keep the bosque a natural resource here and source of enjoyment in the Rio Grande Valley area of New Mexico. Also, speaking of the Save Our Bosque Task Force, we have the Bosque del Apache. We have the annual Festival of the Cranes that will be coming up this month. Be starting on November 14th, if my memory's serving me correct. I think it is. So be aware of that, and make sure to greet our many visitors with a smile and let them know all the wonderful things you enjoy about Socorro. It's not common to everybody, and there's a lot of secrets here that folks don't know about as to why we live here and what a great place it is to live. So again, Save Our Bosque Task Force meeting November 6th at 9 a.m. over there at the Socorro Annex, 198 Neal Street. And of course, the Bosque del Apache Festival of the Cranes is starting. And you heard a little bit of Paul Kelly's Socorro on Rio Grande Valley Radio, New Mexico. Really enjoy Paul's song there, celebrating the Festival of the Cranes. Okay, one other thing to note, Monday morning around 9 o'clock, again, sometimes we're not so timely, but Monday around 9 o'clock, we're going to have one of the literacy volunteers of Socorro County, Brenda, into the studios. She's going to be hosting an interview with us, and she's going to be telling you all about the great things that the literacy volunteers of Socorro County do right here in Socorro, New Mexico, for our many residents and visitors, and helping people with things like basic literacy skills, computer literacy skills, those kind of skills that open doors and expand one's liberty and awareness of the world around them. Literacy is very important. And that's not just reading literacy, they also do computer literacy. So she's going to be here in our studios, Rio Grande Valley Studios, right here in the Free-State of Socorro, Monday morning, and we're going to be doing an interview with her, and she's going to tell us a lot about literacy volunteers of Socorro County, as well as an upcoming tutoring class on the 1st of December. And they need to get 10 volunteers for that class to hold it, so maybe you can think about volunteering and making a difference in somebody's life in 2019 by volunteering for the literacy volunteers of Socorro County. Okay. And then what do we have here? Also, you may notice a lot of your students, if you've got young ones in school right now, they may be talking about robotics, and they may be talking about space and all the exciting things that they're doing as part of the Lego League and Lego Robotics here in Socorro. That is upon us once again. Again, last year we had Hot Squad Robots went to the Nationals, as well as a couple other teams that did really fantastic. And again, the Lego Leagues is taking place within your schools. So if you're hearing about robots and programming and space, well, that's what's going on. Lego League is involved in our schools, led by Jim Jackson, and helping kids get interested in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, which are very fun, very exciting, and you don't have to be a nerd to enjoy it. And the typical stereotypes are way off. So get excited about your kids, get excited about robots, find out what they're doing, and explore some of the interesting questions that they're asking about space right now. This year's theme is about space exploration. So that's a good one to think about here. Okay, let's see where we're at. And let me get something here lined up and make sure I do this right. Okay, I got it right. Woohoo! Okay, and let's see. So that is our news right now. The last piece of news that we have is, we continue in our lawsuit for breach of contract for failing to transfer the FCC license and wrongfully taking the station off air when it was unable to extort an additional $5,000 from Green Lion Media above the agreed upon sale price to transfer that license. And again, that license was to be transferred when the first intention to sell or to transfer the license within 45 days of that. And we've had much of a struggle with that. We're waiting on our court date in December. We have a court date right now, December 17th through the 19th, for our claim breach of contract for failing to transfer the license with substantial performance of the contract to be addressed. We really look forward to that. But in the interim of researching and trying to find out what's going on in a small town, Truth or Consequences 7th Judicial District, we've come upon some other evidence which is really interesting, and we wonder how that's going to affect our case. And I'll share that with you, and then I'll be right back.
Judge Mercedes Murphy, the first female district judge in the history of the 7th Judicial District, was born and raised in the 7th Judicial District. The proud daughter of Don and Leo Murphy, Mercedes has served the citizens of this district for the last 12 years and will be honored to continue to serve the citizens of the 7th Judicial District as your judge. Her day-to-day courtroom experience and understanding of the law has shown that she has...
Okay, so with that information, we now know that there has been a client-business relationship in 2014 when Mercedes Murphy ran for election here in Socorro County, Sierra, Truth or Consequences, and Catron County. So that really concerns us. We don't know if that's some of the impact that we've already had. but we will continue to address those issues with our attorney, Roy Anuskowitz, and keep you informed on here because, again, it's the community that's without their local radio station, which is really important to local businesses, local events, and emergency alert systems. As Bill Pace, K5MXQ, noted, again, it's really important for special events and emergency alert services, like when we almost had the railroad tracks washed out, the fire at the north end of town. Our local radio station is real important to us, and to have that fraudulently taken away is a really wrong thing. Okay, and that's the most intelligent I can talk about that. And let's get on with the day. Again, this is Rio Grande Valley Radio online with Ranger Reese right here from the Free-State of Socorro. And we've got a lot of great things planned for you. And we're going to be coming back again Monday with an interview with literacy volunteers of Socorro County. And we look forward to that. Let's see here. Make sure we've got things lined up and ready to go. And let's see here. And let's see. I'm going to stop this and go over here. Okay, I think I'm ready to go now. Nothing like being the one-man news center here in Socorro and operate everything. But it's a real privilege to serve you and to be a member of your news. Again, if you've got news or events or things you want to announce, please be sure to get a hold of us. We are Rio Grande Valley Radio. You can find us in the phone book under radio stations, KYRN 102.1 FM. We're located there, our phone number, and you can get us on Facebook. You can email us and get us your news and information, and we'll be happy to get that out to the clients so that people can understand what's going on. And again, just inform people. Again, we have Doug Figg's Western Music Show every Wednesday night, 6:30 to 8 p.m. when Doug's in town. Doug is currently heading out to the Empire Ranch down in Tucson for an event out there. And while we're talking about Doug, we just want to tell Doug, hey, Doug, thank you so much. Doug and Kathy, they helped give us some of the technology and loan us some of the technology so we could continue to stream music to you while we wait our court case in December. And in simplified terms, this is like having a gun knocked out of your hand in a gunfight and having a good buddy throw the gun back, give you a gun so you can keep defending yourself out there. So Doug and Kathy, thanks for the equipment that you've loaned us that helps us bring this to you and do the work that we're doing here in Rio Grande. Then on Thursday mornings, we always have Socorro Warrior Updates with Kenny G. Great time here. We're going to be carrying into the basketball season. We've got basketball sponsors that are coming on board. We're really excited about that to continue to bring you great live video action of Warrior Sports with Kenny G. Every Thursday morning, you can get an update with Kenny, so there's a good time to advertise and get your message out as well. And then I'm working on, as I can, more local Ruckus news update here on Rio Grande Valley Radio, just to keep you informed of news and events right here in the city of Socorro. We'll try to do that more often. We'll get our schedule figured out here with some of the challenges that we face. But it's a privilege serving you. It's a privilege being a part of the Lego League Robotics. We look forward to being the MC on that in December, and we look forward to meeting a lot of exciting kids talking about robots, space, technology, and all the things that make our future exciting here on Rio Grande Valley Radio. With that, I will bid the adios, mi amigos. Until next time, this has been Local Ruckus News from the Free State of Socorro with Ranger Reese right here in the Land of Enchantment.
Kaylin, what are you doing?
Hey, Mama, I'm thinking about the campaign.
What are you guys talking about?
Hey.
We're just talking about how much fun we had in the campaign.
Well, do you remember when we started this campaign, we all agreed with that we would
Work really hard.
Have fun.
and campaign as a family. Hey, and talking about the campaign, is there any special memories you have?
I love the hayride that we had last week in Sierra.
It's fun.
You know, I've really enjoyed all the new friends we've made.
Well, that reminds me, I'm very appreciative of all the support we've gotten in Socorro, Sierra, Ketchikan, and Torrance counties. My name is Roscoe Woods. I'm running for District Court in the 7th Judicial District. I'm running against Governor Martinez's hand-picked political appointee. I'm running to restore the independence back to the judiciary. I'm running to rid politics from the judiciary. I'm running as the people's candidate, not Governor Martinez's candidate. A vote for me will ensure that special interests and political ties will not influence the judiciary. I will not be a political judge. I'll be an advocate for justice and the protection of families. Your vote will be very much appreciated.
Independent versus appointed. The difference between justice and agendas. The People's Choice candidate Roscoe Woods is asking for you to choose him for District Court Judge for Catron, Sierra, Socorro, and Torrance counties this November. A vote for Roscoe Woods is a vote for justice that protects families and individuals from the political appointment agenda. Let the people choose their District Court Judge this November. Vote Roscoe Woods. Paid for by Roscoe Woods for District Judge, Tina Lujan, Treasurer.